my name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock on a Thursday, which means it's time for Magic Stuff. And today I'm going to be talking about the Blackpool Magic Convention. Now, I'm filming this on the Wednesday. I have just got back from Blackpool. I left on Wednesday morning. Me and Ryland and my wife Sarah and Thea, my daughter, we spent a couple of days in Blackpool after the convention. And I've just got back on Wednesday, and then in a few hours I'm going to be flying over to Penguin Magic, Ohio, and I'm going to be spending a week over there. So I want to tell you right now that this is going to be the first of a series of videos to do with the Blackpool Magic Convention. And I'm going to be talking about the best tricks I've seen there, the best things I've seen there, the worst things I've seen there, dissecting everything. I'm going to be doing a few videos because that's what you guys wanted to know and see. And I am very much trying to be at Magic Live because I thought that this would be something that could work at Magic Live as well. But I'm leaving in a few hours for the airport, so I've only got time to do one video, which is I want to defend the Blackpool Magic Convention a little bit. Okay, now I know that the Blackpool Magic Convention has its fair share of haters. I know that most people that go there absolutely love it. However, I also know there's some people that aren't, a very small percentage of people that are quite negative about it. And I want to address those people because I was one of them. If you go back and you look at my Facebook posts from, I think, about 2014, maybe, it was the last time I went to Blackpool before I came back to the Magic community. It might have been 13 or 14. I did a running commentary on Facebook of one of the gala shows. And I was very, very negative. And I was talking about how terrible the gala show was. And I was saying very mean things. And that is something that I regret. Like many things that I did when I was younger, before I left the Magic community and actually grew up, I regret doing that. And that was in my, I'm angry with Magic, I'm angry with everything, I'm on the Wizard Product Review and it's my job to be controversial. That was back in those days. And I got to tell you, I'm ashamed and embarrassed of actually the stuff that I put on Facebook back then. Especially having now spent some time at Blackpool. Now, to be clear, I was all over Blackpool this weekend in terms of I was doing a lecture, so I got to experience Blackpool as a lecturer and how they treated the lecturers and how organised it was from a lecturer's point of view. I didn't have my own dealer stand, even though I was offered one. I didn't have my own dealer stand, but I did spend some time on the Alakazam stand, demming my stuff that had come out through Alakazam. I also spent some time on the Prop Dog stand, demming some of my products that I put out through Prop Dog, specifically Crystallize, which is my ball and salt shaker routine. So I spent a lot of time at Blackpool. I was also involved in obviously the Magic podcast, because after the gala show they have something every evening. They have the Beat the One, they have the Not the Gala show, and they had us on the first night. We had the Magic podcast live, so I got to experience that side of things and how that worked and how that was organised. And obviously I was in the Beat the One thing as well, getting a tattoo of I Love Luke Dancy, so I got to experience that as well. So I was all, and because of Ryland being on the gala show, I was backstage behind the gala show quite a lot. So I was there backstage on the Saturday night, all night, looking after Ryland and the kids. And I was backstage on the Sunday night because I was the guy that Killian O'Connor poured water over in the gala show during his act. I was the guy that was doing that on. Of course I was. So I got to see a lot of the gala show from backstage, and I got to see a lot of the convention from a different side to a normal punter. And I have to tell you, having seen that, I cannot believe the amount of work and time and effort that goes into running the gala show and running the Blackpool Magic Convention and putting something on that every magician that comes can enjoy. Because it's very different, right? Very difficult, sorry, because different magicians have different things that they want to get out of Blackpool. Some people really want the Blackpool gala shows to be absolutely brilliant. Some people want the dealer room to be huge. Some people are looking for the lectures. Some people are just looking for the social aspect. But somebody is always looking for something. And I've got to tell you, I don't think anybody who has anything negative to say about Blackpool realises the time and effort that goes into producing that whole thing. Because it is absolutely mind-blowing. Having been backstage and seen the amount of stuff that is going on back there and the amount of people that are really working hard to put together a show that they can be proud of, the artists that can be proud of. Like, I went on the Monday, right, because obviously Ryland did his bit in the gala show and we had to go and pick up his props. And so we went on the Monday and all of the Blackpool team were there. They'd struck down the stage. There was Christian Fowler there with a huge, massive lorry, and they were loading big crates into it. And it's just off the scale phenomenal as to I can't even fathom how much effort goes into it, because the people that run the Blackpool Magic Convention, the people that run the whole thing, they must spend all year planning this. And I know some of them get paid, and I hear this from time to time, but hang on a minute, they make a fortune from running the gala show. No, they don't, because the people that are running this thing at the moment, as far as I'm aware, there's 3 main people that are running it, and then there's a committee. I might be wrong, but I know that Guy Barrett, Russ Brown, and Russ Stevens are very high up in that. Hang on, we're talking about Russ Stevens here, who's super successful. He's currently doing 1 million things with 1 million different magicians. He works very closely with BGT. He's got RSVP. He's got 1 million other things. He doesn't need an extra source of income. Look at Guy Barrett. He's the #1 illusion show builder in the world. He builds all of the props for the biggest names. Yeah, you want an illusion, you go to Guy Barrett. My entire show has come from Guy Barrett. He's doing pretty well for himself as well. Russ Brown, huge entertainment company, puts magicians on ships all over the world. Just got his own bar that he's opened up. This is Guy. Yeah, these people are hugely successful and have financial money coming in from multiple sources. They don't need the extra bit of money from Blackpool. I imagine if you took all the time and effort that it took them to plan this thing throughout the year, because I know they're already planning 2023, all the time and effort they spend planning stuff and researching acts, and then the amount of work they do on the actual Blackpool convention itself, it's totally not worth it. They're probably on half a pence an hour, if that. And then they've got the pressure of topping every single Blackpool every single year. And then you've got the knowledge that there's always going to be some negative knowledge out there that are just going to rain on their parade and piss on their bonfire and tell them how terrible it is, no matter how hard they work. You do realise that pretty much everybody that's involved with the running of the Blackpool Magic Convention doesn't even get to see the Blackpool Magic Convention. Have you ever seen Russ Brown or Russ Stevens or Guy Barrett in the dealer room? Nope. Have you ever seen them in a lecture, just sitting there taking notes, watching the lecture? Nope. Do you think they would like to be there? Absolutely 100%. These people, anybody who's involved in the Blackpool Magic Convention, they love magic. Of course they would like to have the same experience as everybody else that's come to the convention. And they don't get that experience because they're too busy making sure that everybody else has an amazing time as well. And I don't think the magic community gives them the support. I've seen so many... Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that say positive things about the convention. And that's great. But then there's so many people that say something negative. And it drives me up the wall. Like Christian Fowler... fell over in his act or something. I didn't see it because I was backstage drying off, but Christian Fowler fell over in his act in the second show or something. And you've got people taking the mickey and going, oh, if that man falls over. Hang on a minute. He's flown all of his stuff over to come and, perform. What? If we're being negative to all of these acts that go on stage and we're there just going, oh, that was terrible and that was terrible and that was terrible, why would they ever want to come back and do it again? Why would they ever want to come back and do it again? And the bottom line is they've put themselves into a position where they've been invited to go onto the gala show. One of the largest gala shows at the largest magic convention in the world. And they're there on it. And you've just got people like the Genie Forum. My God, the buzz thing on the Genie Forum. It's just so negative. It's just so negative. Like, why go to Blackpool if you're going to be so negative about it? Why go to Blackpool? Because honestly, if you're going to go in and you're going to just be... I talked about the year that I was negative about everything. Oh, that lecture was terrible. Do you know what? It was that point where I decided I didn't really want to be around magicians. I had already made the decision I didn't want to be around magicians, but I'd already got my ticket for Blackpool. I was negative because I hated the magic community and I hated magicians and I didn't want to be there. And so I took it out by being horrible to all the acts, and I massively regret doing that. And just one of a million things I regret doing. But if you're going to be so negative about the whole thing, then maybe try not going. Maybe it's not the best thing to do for you to go to Blackpool, because they try so hard to put on a show. And you know what? It's even more difficult this year with COVID, because I've seen so many people moan about masks that weren't even there. Richard Kaufman posted on the and once again, before anybody goes, oh, Richard, Craig's talking crap about you, I massively respect Richard Kaufman. In fact, I dropped him a message a few months ago apologising to him because of how I had been many, many years ago. I've got all the respect in the world for Richard Kaufman, and I'm a subscriber of Genie Magazine and a proud subscriber as well. However, he's there going, well, let's see how many people get COVID. Let's see how many people get COVID. Hang on a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. In this case, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. All you can do is go on the regulations that are taking place here in the UK right now. And as of today, when I'm filming this video, the government have said that there are no restrictions anymore in the UK. As of a couple of weeks' time, we don't even have to isolate if we get COVID. Now, you might disagree with that. You might think that the government is absolutely insane. You might think it's the stupidest thing in the world to do to drop all restrictions. And I've seen people on the Genie forum go, 40,000 deaths in the UK, COVID is definitely not over. Fine, if that's your opinion, that's fine. What are Blackpool meant to do? They're going on the restrictions, they're going on the announcements that the British government have put out. And the announcements that the British government have put out is that everything's fine. So they can't enforce people wearing masks. Hardly anyone wore a mask in Blackpool. If you told everybody who came in, you've got to wear a mask, you'd have a percentage of people going, I can't believe Blackpool Magic Convention are making us wear masks. The government aren't saying that you have to wear a mask. And but now we've got people going, it was disgraceful that hardly anyone was wearing masks. It was really disgraceful. Well, all Blackpool Magic Convention have done is gone along with the government regulations and said, look, you have to make your own mind up, but be respectful of other people. Let me ask you a question. What would you have done if you were holding a convention in the UK and the regulations were as they are? Like, what would you have done? Like, it's a damned if you do and it's a damned if you don't. All I can say is, from my point of view, watching this whole thing, this was incredible. I have never had such a wonderful experience in my life. I have never been to such an amazing Blackpool, and I hardly even got time to go around the dealer room. Everyone I spoke to was having a great time. It was well organised. The team behind the scenes did an incredible job with all of the organising and absolutely everything. I loved every single second of it. I am blown away by how hard the team works behind the scenes. And with regards to the people that say, and I've seen a few posts saying, oh, you know, why should kids be on the convention, on the gala show? You know, what have they done to deserve to be on the gala show? That will be another video for another time. I'm not going to address that right now, but that is something that I'm going to address because it's a very interesting conversation that I have, obviously, a particular side to tell because my son was in the gala show. And you know, I will talk about that at some point down the line, and I'm going to address it on the Sunday Q&A as well, but there will be a video coming. All I can tell you is, if, you know, I met a very high profile magician in Blackpool, a very high profile magician. And all this magician did was moan about the convention. Excuse me. They moaned about the convention. They said, oh, the gala shows are terrible and the lecturers are awful and the international close-up was dreadful. This is meant to be the premium Blackpool Magic Convention and everything's dire and everything's horrible and everything's awful. Just go. Just go home. If you're having such a horrible time, just go. Some people just like to moan about everything. And I don't get it. Because Blackpool, the team works so hard to deliver the best possible experience to absolutely everybody that's attended. And I can't speak for anyone else but myself and my family, and we had an absolute blast. I'm going to be doing a video at some point down the line about Russ Stevens, but having now worked with Russ Stevens, with Ryland, because obviously Russ helped with Ryland's act for the gala show, I can honestly tell you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, the man is a genius, and saying it like I think. And just to be clear, I will be doing a video on this as well. And just to be clear, you're talking at somebody who had a huge feud in the Magic community when it came to Russ Stevens many, many years ago when I was in the Wizard Product Review. Go check out the forums on the Magic Cafe. It's still there. Go check out my public apology to Russ Stevens on my Facebook page. It's still there. Me and Russ went at it like tooth and nail many, many years ago. I am completely honest in my appraisal of him. And having now worked with him and seen how he operates behind the scenes in the gala show, the man is an absolute genius. I have never seen somebody that has the mind to do what he does. Like, he can take a really simple trick and within just 5 minutes, he can turn it into an absolute work of art that will just blow away anybody who watches it. And that's something that you can't learn. That's something that you can't teach. That's just something that you've got it or you haven't. And he is so passionate about magic. He loves magic. He loves magic. I can tell from speaking to him. He loves magic and he loves what he does. And watching him do his thing and watching him take somebody or take something and just make it unrecognizable. I wish I could figure out how that man's brain works. I'm going to be doing a video on Russ Stevens because I think that he's painted very badly within the Magic community, and having now spent a bit of time working with him and watching him backstage, genius. That's all I've got to say. He's a genius. You might disagree with me. I don't care. This is just my opinion. It doesn't make it right. My opinion is the man is an absolute genius, and I'm going to do a video soon breaking down why he's a genius and, more importantly, what we can learn from Russ Stevens. Because, man, I've learned a lot just from watching him work with other people. But that's not this video. This video is about the Blackpool Magic Convention. I loved it. I cannot wait for 2023. I am super grateful of the hard work and the time and the effort and the energy that the Blackpool team put together into creating this convention. And I hope that at some point in the future, I can be a part of it again because it has been an incredible experience. That's all I've got to say about that. I want to know your thoughts about the convention down below. I'm going to be doing a video about the best things and the worst things that I saw about Blackpool when I come back from America, but I will be touching on Blackpool again over the weekend. I will be talking on the Q&A about what happened at the Beat the Wand with regards to this tattoo and also with regards to the text messages with regards to Ryland. That will be talked about in great detail on the Sunday Q&A. Other than that, thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow with another video at 9 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, and at 2 o'clock. If you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back again tomorrow. I'll see you then. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV. Like the t-shirt, it's new.